Gamercast Network.
Hey. All right. It's a video game show. It's a video game show. It's not a game show about videos. It's a video game show.
Welcome to the Gamercast Network video game show for Sunday, October 25th, 2009. This is episode 165. I'm Chad, and this week for the roll call, a question from Andrew. If you could replay a game in which you could play as the main antagonist, or villain, what game would you play? And joining us this evening is Phil.
BioShock.
What was the main villain in that?
Wanna elaborate, or are you done?
Let's see. I don't remember the guy's name, but let's see. Frank Fontaine is what I found on the web. I just think that would be kind of cool to kind of build up the city and create all the different plasmids and stuff and kind of corrupt all the people. And I think that would make a fun game. Good role-playing game.
You just want to stand around and golf all day.
Yeah.
And also joining us is Ivan.
Dude, I'd totally be like Diablo. How sweet would that be? The big orange dog with the fire breath thing. It'd be cool. Because you'd be like a dog thing.
But you would have to jab that soul shard into your head, though.
I'm okay with that.
Because then you could shoot out fire, electricity, lightning stuff.
Ah, yes, fire electricity. The most dangerous kind.
I found that extremely funny.
Next on the list is Bob.
I want to be Evil Otto from Berserk, because I think there would be no finer thing to be a maniacal, bouncing, indestructible smiley face that kills with a touch.
Have a nice day, Dad. I'm gonna get you, and when I touch you, you're gonna die.
I'm Evil f***ing Otto. You better back the hell up. I'm a smiling f***ing bastard with acid skin or some shit, apparently.
Acid skin or some shit. I don't know what it is, I just know it kills you.
And finally joining us is Keith.
I would be Dr. Wily from Mega Man, and I would make an army of hot chick robots that I could have a harem of and control the world. Is there a game where God is the villain?
Well, no, Populous, you are God. You're the giant floaty hand of God.
What about Black and White? What's the villain in that?
This is a maker of the game. Piece of Is that a Molyneux game? I hated that game.
I don't like being the bad guy, so I'll be the bad guy in Overlord.
The bad guy in that is the good guy.
Yeah, see, so it's all paradoxical. So I'll just be the bad guy in the bad guy game and be the good guy in the end.
That was by far the best answer.
This week on the Gamercast Network, Uncle Gamer is back with episode 124. Paris grabs his sword and shield to defend the PC gaming realm against the Dark Lord known as Activision and his apprentice Modern Warfare 2. In all likelihood, Podtoid won't do their Resident Evil commentary because someone will get sick or pussy out this week. Instead, we'll talk about video games and make jokes about biceps. This week, Jim got a tattoo that reads Die Katarna. What does this mean? Find out in Podcastle, only on Destructoid. Discover the community that brings you all these great podcasts and more at GamerCastNetwork.com.
Next topic.
Where the hell are the Left 4 Dead files? I want all the sounds so I can make the Francis song.
The Francis song?
So his name is Francis and he says the things he sees. I'm trying to find all his little quotes so I can write words to it.
He does do that a lot.
Yeah.
Weapons here!
Okay. Boomer, witch! Oh, here they are. Common. Of course, why wouldn't it be in common? Left 4 Dead. What the hell's all this crap? There's commentary? Developing a young female character in a zombie apocalypse was more difficult than the other characters.
Why?
I'll keep playing. She had to be attractive and worn down.
If it's a zombie apocalypse, you know what? Mrs. Crabtree would be attractive at that point. Oh, look, there's the only living female. It'll work.
Oh, there we go. Voice. Biker Manager Namvet Teen Girl. Apparently they made all these sounds before they had names for the characters.
Biker, non-vet, manager, and teen girl. So Zoe's supposed to be a teen?
I guess. Apparently she has a backstory. That's what the commentary was saying, but I didn't read all of it. Let's see what Biker has to say. Oh, there's a lot of fun stuff here. Choke 1. That was it. That was the whole noise.
Dude, that's like the Street Fighter sound tests, where you just go through and it'd have all the different punches and hits in a row. So your guy would go, and you just keep doing that over and over again. At least I would.
At least I would.
Because Street Fighter always had the sound tests. Castlevania always had the sound tests.
Warcraft did too. Zog zog.
Stop poking me.
Dude, he's got a quote here that says, "What's so funny? It is groovy." Dude, there's a lot of in here that I have not heard them say yet. He has 8 different things he says for her to witch.
Apparently this game was more in depth than we even gave it credit for.
I've never... He's got nervous humming 1 through 7, and the 7th one is 100 bottles of beer, 100 bottles of beer. I don't want to. I'm done. There's too much funny in here.
I was about to say, dude, you're gonna end up ruining it for yourself.
I closed it. I'm gonna stop.
Because you have to bank on the fact that if Left 4 Dead 2 isn't as amusing, we're still gonna be playing Left 4 Dead 1.
Yeah.
Taken down, pass it around. 99 bottles of beer in the wall. Take one down, give it to Zoe. 98 bottles of beer in the wall. I'm gonna get laid in about 12 more bottles of beer. I'm getting laid in 12 more bottles of beer. I'm still not attractive. Take a bottle down, hand it to Zoe. 97 bottles of beer on the wall.
How about now? Oh, you've got alcohol poisoning. Well, I'm still cool with that.
She's still alive. Works for me.
Vomit's kind of a turn on. I really don't like admitting that.
Doubles as bait. Here comes a horde. There goes Zoe over the wall. Hey, Lewis. 96 bottles of beer.
Next topic.
I downloaded the free-to-play Killing Floor.
I downloaded it too, but I didn't play it because you said it wasn't that swift.
Well, I didn't think it was that swift when I tried it. Phil, did you try it?
Yeah, I tried it for about an hour. I tried playing the solo mode, and that game's definitely built around multiplayer. I played it on normal mode for probably about 15 minutes or so, and I was like, alright, I'm getting overrun here with a knife and a handgun. And then I changed it to beginner mode, and I lasted like 4 rounds or something. The thing about that game is you kind of have to run back and forth across the very large zones to get to the trader to upgrade your weapons and stuff. If you do get there, you only have like a few seconds to make your selections.
Yeah, so for those who haven't played this game, lots of people have recommended to us to try Killing Floor. It's basically Left 4 Dead crossed with Gears Horde mode, whereas the enemies come wave after wave at you. And between each wave, you have some time to get to this trader and buy new guns. And they recommended it to us because you guys have been saying you want to have stats and, be able to upgrade your guys. Left 4 Dead is great, but it'd be nicer if you could actually have some role-playing aspects where you can increase your stats, increase your levels. Killing Floor has a very, very basic stat system. You can choose to have one of like 6 or 7 different perks. And the perks are either you can heal people, you can be better with a machine gun, be better with melee.
Like Crimson Land perks?
No, it's kind of more like Battlefield, where you're kind of like a specialist. Kind of like Battlefield or Team Fortress 2, where you've got kind of like a role.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't it pretty much just like survival mode, though? There's no real point. You just go until you're dead.
Yes.
That's dumb.
It's like Gears. There's wave after wave of horde, wave after wave of zombies. But the thing is, there's not lots of zombies. It's not like Left 4 Dead, where there are just hundreds and hundreds of the horde coming at you at once.
Oh, what's the point?
Yeah. But the thing is, their perk system is very basic. I mean, you level up by just completing challenges, like get 25,000 points of melee damage. Then you get the next level of melee perk.
Okay, so it's like the Vegas level, the Vegas perks.
Yeah, it's like Vegas, Call of Duty, their style of perk system, but it's not as actually deep as those. And the graphics I found not to be as good as Left 4 Dead.
Yeah, the game is very simple overall. Kind of dark, in my opinion. A lot darker than Left 4 Dead. then again, some of the boards are kind of that set up that way, like you're outside in the middle of the night. So I guess that would make sense to be very dark that way. But there is a lot of things that are different from Left 4 Dead, whereas you've got stuff crawling on the ground, it makes it kind of hard to see. And the one thing that I thought was kind of neat is like if you get a crazy headshot or something, it'll put you like in that slow motion mode.
Oh, it goes into bullet time.
Well, not so much that, but yeah.
No, except yes.
It's just like that, except it's nothing like that.
It's not so much following the bullets as you're shooting, but it slows it down. It slows down the animation, so if you get like a wicked shot, you'll go into slow motion. So it's kind of neat that way. I like what they did with that, but overall it's a lot more simple than Left 4 Dead, but definitely multiplayer oriented.
Yeah, I don't know if the addition of the perk system, the simple perk system, really would turn the tide for us to try Killing Floor as opposed to Left 4 Dead. It really is a basic perk system. Not as deep as I think you guys would want.
Yeah, I think just playing Left 4 Dead kind of broke that game, I would think, in my opinion, for everybody.
Dr. Vasilak warned me of you, Willem the Platypus. That was funny.
What in the hell?
Okay, did I miss something there?
Are you playing City of Heroes as Willem the Platypus?
No. Yes.
No. Yes.
And Dr. Vasilon, that means you're even a hero.
Yeah. Well, it's Willem the Platypus, dude. I couldn't make him a villain.
Next topic.
Well, I was going to talk about Demon's Souls for a bit.
Okay. I actually would like to hear about that, so go ahead.
The game looks like it's cool, except I just don't own a PlayStation 3.
It's an action role-playing game. There's a story about a king trying to tap into the soul power to take over and control the realm, but something goes horribly wrong and the souls rise up to...
Does it ever go horribly right? I'm just curious. It's like, wow, that went perfectly, and now I have control of the netherworld. I really expected something to go horribly wrong, but, it's only lunch, and I really got no plans for the rest of the day.
Sorry, Champion Soul Crusher guy. We don't really need your services. Everything went right.
Oh,
So, you got the afternoon off. Have a nice day.
back to the void.
So, things go horribly wrong. And thus, you as the hero must come in and save the realm. Now, the way it goes, I think you have to defeat like 5 archdemons throughout 5 worlds. The worlds are connected via a central Nexus hub, and the hub is where you do all of your training, buying gear. So you can go into any part of this game at any time. There's nothing limiting. You can go to World 1, World 2, World 3, World 4, World 5.
It's Mega Man-esque. Just here's all the worlds. Pick one.
Yeah, now you might not be able to do some of them. Some might be really tough, or enemies that you can't take on, but it leaves you open to do that. You start off, you have like 10 classes to choose from. Although the 10 classes just kind of give you a base starting point, because you can actually turn your knight class into a magician class if you play long enough.
Why in God Green Earth would you want to do that? Ruin a perfectly good melee character with magic?
It's a free-form system. You can move your character any direction you want.
So it's just, here's all your different trees, and you get a point when you level up, spend it wherever you want to.
Not quite like that. Okay, so here's how it is when you kill enemies, you get this soul power. Different enemies have different amounts of soul power, obviously. You spend the soul power on increasing one of your stats. So you go to this woman, this eyeless woman.
Eyeless woman.
She has no eyes. Her eyes are all covered up with leather or some weird-ass stuff. She's going to say, which one do you want to increase? Your intelligence, your dexterity, your vitality, blah, 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 blah. To increase one, it costs, at the first time, 700 souls. And then when you pay that, you've increased your soul level and increased that stat. Now, next time you go to increase another stat, it costs a little more. It costs maybe 800 souls. So there really aren't levels per se. You're not killing for experience, you're killing for souls, which you turn in to increasing your individual stats.
Yeah, I'm killing for souls.
Now, those souls also are your money in the game. The traders take that for gear, or items, or upgrading your weapons. And actually, you don't find the good loot. You turn your weapons into better things by finding ore to upgrade your weapon. And actually, the weapons play a very big part in this game because different enemies are hurt by different weapons. Some guys who are shielded can't be hurt by slashing weapons because those are for humanoids who are flesh covered in, slashing and bleeding. Armored guys have to be cut with a piercing blade.
You gotta use a spear against them.
Yeah, this is a very unforgiving game in terms of combat. The fighting is not like Diablo. In Diablo, you just click your enemy and...
They eventually die.
Right.
In this one, the combat is more like a fighting game, but not quite to the level of Street Fighter. because you actually have different types of attacks. You can do a light attack, a hard attack. You can parry. You can riposte. You can, like, if a guy's coming at you, you can push him with your shield, so you open him up for an attack and then slash him. It's a deeper combat system than Diablo. It's above a button masher like God of War. And the combat itself, the environment plays a big role because the weapons can interact with the walls around you. So if you try and slash your sword and hit a wall while you're trying to cut a demon down, your sword will bounce off the wall, you'll be stunned for a second, and the demon will just run you through. And some demons can kill you in 3 or 4 hits. So you gotta pay attention to what you're doing. So combat is very tactical, very strategic. It's not just God of War, just start mashing buttons.
If I hit X one more time, keep pressing X.
For the love of God.
There's no need to block.
No, you need the block. You need the block in this game a lot.
Oh, I'd be very bad at that game.
The death penalty is kind of weird. So when you die, you first go into what's called soul form, meaning your health is down by 1/4 of normal power. However, all those unspent souls, the ones you did not spend on upgrades, the ones you did not spend on weapons, that kind of stuff.
They chase you.
They chase you.
You son of a bitch! You killed me and now I can get you back.
No, they drop right where you died. So you start at the beginning of the level, you have all your same gear, you're a little bit down in terms of health, but you don't have those souls you had. You don't have those souls that you didn't spend. So if you want those souls back, you have to get your body.
Oh, not corpse runs.
If you don't get to your corpse and die again, you've lost those souls.
That would suck to be one of those souls. Ah, great. Not only this f***er killed me, but now he left me in the bottom of a pit. I'm just gonna sit here for eternity.
Oh, and also the whole level respawns.
Oh, good.
Oh, is this multiplayer at all?
Multiplayer is very different. Now, I haven't done co-op, and I haven't done invasions, but I have done multiplayer, which is kind of weird because it's a passive multiplayer. So, as I said, the game is very hard. There's lots of strategy involved in what you do. When you play the game, when you sign into the game connects to some world server that are basically tracking what people are doing all throughout the world, who are playing in their own instances. So when you're going through a level, you will see echoes of other players.
That's annoying.
No, it's actually very useful. You can see what they are doing. You can see possibly what enemy is coming up along the way. And if they saw something weird, they can put down messages telling you what's coming up. Or they can actually lie to you as well. Like, hey, jump down this hole. When, in fact, if you jump down the hole, you die. They can do that. But you can rate the messages. And the messages that are rated higher stick around longer. Now, also, you see the blood splotches of the dead from other worlds, from other instances. So if someone died playing the same level I'm in, I can go to his blood splotch, touch it, and see what he did to get himself killed.
So it kind of like goes into like a little cinematic and you watch what he...
Not a cinematic. You're seeing just an echo of his soul. You can move around. You can move your camera all you want. It's just showing you like a see-through version of whatever he was, like a ghost walking around and just slashing. You're not seeing what he's fighting. You're just seeing his movements, his actions. Then you see him die and fall or fall off a cliff or whatever. It's a very unique take. Now, I haven't done co-op because you don't get co-op right off the bat. You have to actually work towards. You have to get these stones that can... No! All of one level. You have to kill the first sub-boss of the game. It's like going through tutorial. And then you get the co-op. You can say, I'm in World 1-1. You can use your blue stone of summoning and request help. And then you can choose who you want to help you.
So you can be a snob and be like, no, your brass knuckles aren't high enough.
I don't quite care for your brass knuckles.
And the flip side, you can invade others' worlds and become tangible phantoms and try and kill them to steal their soul and their soul powers.
That's what I keep hearing about from the guys who are playing at work.
All right, now that sounds cool.
Yeah, I had not tried that. I'm not even high enough to even attempt trying something like that. But apparently you can go invade their realms, become a ghost, and then try and get some power from him.
That sounds like a f***ing awesome game, but it's probably not going to be on anything short of PlayStation 3.
Yeah, as I said, this game's been around for about a year now out in the world, and it's a very good game. I don't think it's going to come to the Xbox 360. So if you have a PlayStation 3 and you like action role-playing games, I would highly recommend Demon's Souls. If you don't have a PlayStation 3, it's not a game to go out and buy the system for. No one game is like that, but it is a very good game.
Next topic.
So let us move on.
Be right back.
All set to move on, he's bringing right back. Okay, so nannies are upset about Dante's Inferno.
Who are? Huh? Nannies?
Nannies, the International Nanny Association, the INA.
Huh?
Is this a real thing?
Yes, there is the...
Making this up.
No, there...
Wait,
Yeah,
what are you
making
making? What are you
this
making it up? What are you making up? What are you making up? What are you making up, Chad? What are you making up? Tell me, Chad.
That's actually kind of scary.
Yeah, it's very loud and hurty.
They believe that I'm making up that there exists an organization called the International Nanny Association, or INA.
I think I've heard of that.
See? I am making crap up. But they're upset about Dante's Inferno because of one of the achievements in the game.
It's called Punch a Baby in the Face.
Shake a baby.
It's called Bad Nanny.
Okay.
And to get this achievement, you have to slaughter, a quote-unquote, yet undetermined number of unbaptized infants.
Jesus.
Okay.
Wow.
It's f***ing awesome.
Dark.
God.
Oh, that is brilliant. Unbaptized baby slaughtering.
They just felt it was out of poor taste and bad judgment.
It is bad taste, but I don't think it's poor judgment at all. That's f***ing brilliant. Whoop, whoop. Get baptized, kids.
So, at this point in video game and marketing, I don't believe somebody did that on accident. Like, this is really funny. This won't be bad at all. Nobody will take offense to this. This can't possibly backfire on us.
On the flip side of that coin, though, who doesn't get offended by shit anymore?
Yeah, but there's a difference between offending by having, like, a large-breasted Amazon...
Or maybe some vague references to religious figures or something like that could be construed as art or whatever. I mean, rather than, let's slaughter unbaptized infants. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a line and they are way the hell past it.
The EA thing, whatever it was, the Dante's Inferno contest thing they were doing where it was take a picture of a hooker day or whatever
Right.
the hell they tried to pull off. But there's not a sane person on this planet that could possibly think murdering unbaptized children would be a good, funny thing to do in a game.
Hey, that's what they get for being little heathen bastards.
It's their own fault, really. Their parents cared about them.
They would have been baptized.
I'm just saying is all. At this point, it's just marketing. They want to get as much publicity as possible.
We need more publicity. It's possible to get more publicity here.
It's preposterous we're not getting more publicity.
Next topic.
World of Goo. Does anybody here ever play World of Goo?
Yeah, that was a good game. I enjoyed it.
It's like a puzzle game.
Except with goo.
Honestly, it reminds me of kind of like Lemmings. Because you have so many goos, and you have to, like, build the goos to get to the exit tube.
It sounds like insemination.
It kind of is. You build the goos, and they make, like, little bridges, but you have to have it kind of be structurally sound, or your goo structure will fall apart, and then you will lose your goos, and you will run out of goos to build the structure properly to reach the tube.
I had the Cialis power-up, so it was structurally sound.
That was good. I liked it. That was witty.
Thank you.
So, this game has been critically acclaimed by lots of people, which usually means it doesn't sell very well. It never sold as to what it should have. So, for the 1-year anniversary of the game, the makers of the game decided to have a sale where you set your own price for buying it.
Free!
2 cents!
Well, you had to choose at least 1 cent.
1 cent!
I doubled that. I said 2 cents. They should really like me.
Isn't it only $10 anyway?
It's $20 normally.
Well, no, they was on 10. They had like a discount sale, and that's when I picked it up because I had the demo for it.
It normally is retails for $20, but there have been lots of sales over Steam and Impulse and all the other distribution platforms for like $10. Well, when they did their sale here, most people paid between 1 cent and $2.
Those people who paid $2 are dumb.
I just find it funny that they go, name your price, and every f***ing person goes, 1 penny! Thank you!
1 cent.
Now, some actually did spend more than full retail.
Because they're dumb.
Well, I would imagine they're trying to show support to the company.
The company. Don't tell me name your price and then get pissed when I say 1 cent.
I don't think they were pissed when they released all the numbers. I don't think they were pissed. They were just showing what people were willing to spend for the game.
I think they just wanted to say, like, look, 100,000 people bought our game, and through any means possible, meaning 50,000 of these people bought it for a penny, but, you know.
But we did sell 50,000. The game is definitely worth under $2. Without a doubt. Without a snowball's chance in hell. If it's under $2, you should buy it.
Now here's the question. I think I know the answer to this, but if you were to buy this game through the sale, what would you spend on it?
1 cent.
That's what I thought.
If you can buy it for 1 cent, why wouldn't you buy it for 1 cent? I would go to that sale planning to pay $10, but I would go up in increments of like $1. Like 1 cent, okay? $1, okay?
$2. Oh, okay. $2.50. No, okay. But if I wasn't able to buy it by $10, I wouldn't buy it. Why wouldn't you go in there and try to say 1 penny right off the bat and then go up?
So no one here would help show support for the indie devs. And
I show my support for indie devs by not buying most corporately produced games.
that doesn't really help them at all, you know.
No.
I mean, if someone had a sign that said, punch me in the face for $5, would you go, oh, here, let me pay you 10 and I'll hit you once still? No. You punch him in the face for $5, and then if you wanted to punch him again, you give him another 5.
Did I give him $100 and just like beat him
Just
into the
wail?
concrete? You're retarded, dude.
It's one of those things where why would you're asking for that when you do that? You're asking for it. You're saying, name your price, it must be at least a penny. Well, by saying it must be at least a penny, guess what the 9/10 of people are going to start at? A penny.
Or did they really think there was going to be that much support for the indie community that, like, you know, it would, like, average out to, like, $5 per person because so many people were paying extra? It was probably just to get the numbers up. That's my bet. And just as long as you paid anything for it, they can tout how many sales they have.
Yeah, I mean, it's if you didn't give it away for free, it's still a sale.
Next topic.
Mailbag.
Ivan, last week you suggested you wanted a real-time strategy kind of Lego game, correct?
Sure.
Yes, you did.
Yes, he did.
Well, then why would you ask me if you already knew?
But I want to... I'm trying to make some review here for the listeners who didn't hear last week's episode, so they know that you asked for a real-time strategy Lego game.
Technically speaking, he didn't ask for a real-time strategy Lego game. It was the roll call question saying if you could make a Lego strategy game or a Lego game, what kind of game would it be? It's not like he went out petitioning going, please, Jesus, make someone make a game that's a Lego strategy game.
Well, your wish has been granted, sort of.
Yeah, I don't want to know.
I changed my mind. F*** 'em.
2 people wrote in about this, Mitch and Dr. Devious. They both said that there does indeed exist a Lego real-time strategy game that uses the dragons, ninja, space, pirates, castles sets. So, it came out for the Nintendo DS.
Yeah.
And it's called Lego Battles, and I got a YouTube clip here if you want to see it.
No. I knew about that game, but that's got everything. I didn't want everything. I just wanted castles.
Okay. Even if they throw in the pirates for free, you don't want them?
No, what? No, because then you got to do the stupid stuff too.
You have to do like Lego Unicorn Adventures. Never mind, because Unicorn Adventures probably would always be fun.
Be like Peggle except with Legos.
That could actually be a pretty fun game.
Yeah.
Where you have the Lego, it'd be kind of like Tetris, where the pieces drop down into the little shooter, and then you have to shoot them and build stuff. And as you build stuff, whatever you build will make it like move off the screen. So if you shoot and build a little car, the little car will drive off the screen to clear those blocks out to like make more room to build more stuff.
I don't know what you just said, but yeah.
Next topic.
We got some voicemail. Are you ready for this?
Wait. No, I'm not ready yet.
Let's hope this plays. I hope this plays.
You didn't care that I wasn't ready. Why did you ask when you didn't even care that I wasn't ready?
Quiet.
Hey, Bob, it's Tom. I was out to dinner with Chris and Heather tonight, and they're like, did you listen to the last show? And I said, no, because of vacation, I'm like behind. I'm still getting caught off my podcast listening. And they were like, are you missing any underwear? And I said, that's funny that you should ask that because this morning, it's Friday when I'm calling, my drawer, I was out. And normally I don't run out until the weekend. And I thought, that's kind of odd. And they're like, you really need to listen to the show. And they're like, how come? He's like, you left underwear at Bob's house. And I'm like, you know what? That's funny that you should say that because I sent Bob and Rothbard thank you email, and Bob sent me back an email, and I thought he was joking. It just said you left some underwear here, and I laughed because I'm like, oh, that's a really funny joke, but I guess it really wasn't. And I'm just curious. So I'm looking at all the underwear that's in the hamper. I can't figure out what pair I left behind.
Oh, God.
All right. Well, I guess I'll talk to you later. If you still have them, I'd love to have them back. All right, talk to you later. Bye-bye.
The email actually said, Tom, I threw out your underwear.
You don't know what the best part of that is? Is because he was digging through his dirty clothes hamper, trying to figure out which pair of worn underwear was the one that he left behind.
No, the best part is he could pick up Skype and join us on Sunday, but instead he's got to leave a voicemail. Douchebag.
Oh, it's so nice that he's part of the podcast, you know? I mean, what's his excuse still for not ever being here?
Who knows? We all have to contribute in whatever way we can. And thus, there's his contribution.
Wow.
And that was Video Game Show episode number 165 for Sunday, October 25th, 2009. Any ham sandwiches, Shattered Dream pies, or apathy cakes to give to the world peoples?
Well, we got to give our weekly Shattered Dream Pie to the Browns for their stellar play against the Green Bay Packers.
Was it that bad?
31-3, I think was the score. I farted when I left.
Like that.
I finally saw Transformers 2 last night. I bought it and watched it. So I kind of want to give it an apathy cake. The thing that I was kind of disappointed with was I saw The Devastator and I was like, oh, this is going to be f***ing awesome. And then it was just like such a letdown because they made it look like a big stupid bulldog that just sucked in everything and destroyed stuff. And it was like, all right, this is lame.
And as usual, send your comments, questions, queries, concerns, or roll call question to the mailbag at mailbag@videogameshow.org, Skype us at videogameshow, or call us at 320-300-GAME. That is a standard long distance call and all normal fees apply. And that's a wrap. Good night. And I guess they were...
Oh.
Whoop, whoop! Get baptized, kids!
You know what that is? That's
first off, before you get your little diatribe there, Ivan, give your neighbor a couple minutes. It's starting.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
every time I have something to say.
Oh, gotta put this clamp on my nipple. Oh.
Turn the voltage up just a little bit more this week.
Clamp the nipple. Clamp the nipple. Oh. Talk for me. Ivan, let's hear. Is he done yet?
I don't want to.
No,
not yet. Oh, yeah, it's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Where's my book of Amazonian wildlife? I really need it this week.
You know, I'm just picturing, like, South Park, where they lose the internet.
Oh, God.
And he's hot Brazilian she-males. Bestiality, oh, yeah.
Ivan?
Anything yet?
Yes, go on. What do you think about... There you go, Ivan.
Hooray.
Speak.
What was I going to say now?
How am I going to get this belt sander out of my...
Oh, wow.
That's the best one so far.
You feel icky now, don't you?
Yeah.
I feel dirty.